Your body enters a state of crisis as glucose levels plummet into a dangerous biological void. The brain panics as blood sugar levels drop, sending urgent electrical signals to your liver. Stored glycogen begins to dissolve, releasing the last remnants of easy energy into your veins. Insulin production halts completely, turning your metabolic engine toward a much darker, internal source. 6 hours in, hunger pangs intensify as the stomach wall contracts against an empty void. Ghrelin levels spike, screaming for nourishment, while your blood pressure begins its slow decline.
The liver is now empty, forcing the body to begin breaking down fat molecules.
Adrenaline surges to keep you alert, a primal survival instinct triggered by looming starvation. Concentration fades as the brain struggles to process complex thoughts on a dying fuel.
12 hours have passed, and your body begins its deep dive into metabolic ketosis.
Fatty acids flood the liver, being converted into ketones to prevent a total blackout. Ketones are efficient fuel, but their production creates a metallic, acidic taste in your breath.
Your heart rate slows to conserve energy as the body enters its defensive stasis. At 8 hours, a miracle called autophagy begins to purge your cellular waste.
Starving cells start eating their own damaged parts to recycle life from the old.
Inflammation markers drop significantly as the body clears out toxic biological debris and junk.
Your immune system starts to reboot, replacing old white blood cells with fresh soldiers.
24 hours in, your growth hormone levels explode, protecting your muscle mass from decay. However, the lack of salt starts to dehydrate your neurons, causing a dull, throbbing headache. Electrolytes are vanishing, and the electrical balance of your heart becomes dangerously unstable.
30 hours mark the limit of health as oxidative stress begins to damage DNA strands.
Cortisol levels skyrocket, putting your entire system into a state of high alert, toxic stress. 36 hours in, the brain enters a fog so thick that simple tasks feel impossible.
Muscle wasting intensifies as the body begins cannibalizing its own structural integrity for life. 40 hours in, the heart muscle begins to strain, struggling to pump thickening blood.
Kidneys work in overdrive to filter toxic ketone waste, risking permanent cellular dehydration. The nervous system begins to misfire as sodium and potassium levels reach critical lows.
Deep inside the bones, marrow production slows down, weakening the body's primary defense system.
Bone density slightly decreases as the body mines its own minerals to maintain pH balance. 42 hours. Metabolism plummets into a state of hibernation to prevent imminent system failure.
The liver's detoxification power weakens, allowing metabolic waste to accumulate in the bloodstream.
Vision becomes blurred as the eyes lose the moisture and energy required for focus.
Brain cells initiate a desperate survival mode, shutting down all non-essential cognitive functions immediately.
Body temperature drops as the internal furnace lacks the fuel to sustain biological warmth.
Every breath feels heavy as the diaphragm muscles weaken from 44 hours of fasting. Cellular membranes become brittle, risking the leakage of vital fluids into the interstitial space.
The heart's electrical rhythm starts to drift, manifesting as dangerous, irregular biological skips.
46 hours. The body is now cannibalizing vital organ tissue to maintain basic life.
Genetic repair mechanisms fail as the last ATP molecules are consumed by the brain.
The threshold of safety is crossed. Survival now depends on immediate and careful refeeding.
At 48 hours, the fast must end to prevent irreversible damage to your organs.
The first drop of glucose enters the bloodstream, triggering a massive biological reboot.
Insulin wakes up, desperately carrying life-saving energy back into the starving, shriveled cells.
Mitochondria begin to flare, reigniting the cellular furnaces that keep your body alive.
Hydration returns, swelling the brain's neurons back to their healthy, vibrant, and functional state.
Balance is restored through careful, balanced nutrition, ensuring your body's complex internal homeostasis.
Listen to your bodying signals and always consult a professional before long-term fasting.